Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5.
Time's up.
Fears are growing over the fate of hundreds of children believed to be held by jihadist extremists inside a besieged prison in northeast Syria. Video from the North Press Agency purports to show Islamic State militants being transported to detention centres. Nearly 850 children are thought to be inside a prison in Hasaka, which was stormed by Islamic State group fighters, triggering days of battles. At least 136 people have been killed since the jihadists launched their attack to try to free jailed fighters. The UK and US have started withdrawing staff from their embassies in Ukraine, with Boris Johnson saying the news wasn't good over the issue.
Intelligence is pretty gloomy on this point. There is certainly a large, very large array of Russian forces, and we have to take the necessary steps. I don't think it's by any means inevitable now. I think that sense can still prevail.
The UK's Prime Minister also confirmed that about half the British staff working in Kiev will return to the UK. The US has ordered relatives of its embassy staff to leave, saying an invasion could come at any time. Russia has denied plans for military action, but tens of thousands of troops have amassed on the border. Tongan officials say up to 84% of its 105,000 population have been affected by ashfall and a tsunami caused by an underwater volcanic eruption. Tsunami waves from the eruption swept Tonga last week, destroying villages, buildings and the coast. The expulsion of volcanic ash and gases, as well as the flooding, have affected a majority of the population. 3 people have been confirmed dead in the tsunami last week. The government has not announced any further deaths. An Australian man has pleaded guilty to abducting 4-year-old Cleo Smith and holding her at home for 18 days. Cleo vanished from her family's tent last October while on a camping trip in Western Australia, sparking a huge search that gripped the country. Police later found her at a stranger's house in her hometown of Carnarvon, a short drive from the campsite. The president of Burkina Faso, Roch Kabore, has reportedly been detained by mutinying soldiers. Outside the presidential residence, several armoured vehicles were riddled with bullets and also stained with blood. It is not immediately clear if Kabore was in the vehicle when the attack took place. The government has denied suggestions of a military coup or that the president was under arrest. Retired tennis star Martina Navratilova has blasted a decision by Australian Open organisers to ban T-shirts supporting Chinese player Peng Shuai. Security staff on Friday asked spectators trying to enter the grounds to remove T-shirts saying, "Where is Peng Shuai?" Miss Peng disappeared for weeks after accusing a top Chinese official of sexual misconduct in November. She has since reappeared, but many remain concerned about her well-being. French fashion designer Thierry Mugler, who dressed Beyoncé and Lady Gaga, has died aged 73. Mugler, who reigned over fashion in the 1980s, was known for his daring theatrical designs featuring broad shoulders and plunging necklines. He dressed the likes of Beyoncé, Lady Gaga, David Bowie, Diana Ross and Duran Duran, among many others, during his career at the top of the industry. And finally, an Egyptian woman has created an innovative way for tourists to blend ancient Egyptian fashion with information technology. Ala Ahmed El Shaishtaway made the dress embroidered with pharaonic designs and a QR code that, once scanned, offers information to the country's top tourist attractions. Sewn into the sleeve of the dress, wearers can use their mobile phones to scan the code, taking them to an application with names, addresses, operating times and prices of Egypt's many famous sites. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.